Hello, I'm so happy to see you again. Let's learn some AutoCAD. Today we are going to draw a 2D and 3D French door. We learn both 2D and 3D technique. Okay, so let's get started. First, I will create a new drawing. Make sure you are using metric unit, okay? And I will do some basic setup like polar. I will set to 45 degrees. Object snap, I will check the midpoint, and also the object snap tracking should be on. Also, in the customization here, the dynamic input will be checked, so the icon will be there here, and make sure this is on. Okay, so and also there's a dynamic UCS. This should be off. Okay, so these are the basic setup. And I will also move my command bar down so that you can see it more clearly. You can also review this setup in my lesson 1. Okay, so let's draw the 2D. I will open up the 2D file next to it. So that's the size of the door. I will start with the rectangle. So rectangle, click any point as start point, and I will type in the size 1800, 2100. Okay, spacebar to finish. I will type L for 9, spacebar, click on the midpoint and the other midpoint, and spacebar to finish. Okay, and now to draw the window. First, you need to draw it at a distance 100 and 100 from the corner. So I don't really like to draw some construction line or using offset. Instead, I will use the object snap from. So by using this one, I don't need construction line. Okay. So I will type rectangle, REC, spacebar, and Shift right mouse button. To access this menu, you do this. Shift plus the right mouse button, okay? For the object snap from, okay? So I will shift right mouse button and select from. Okay, and then AutoCAD asks me for the base point. The reference point is at the lower left corner, and then from here 100, 100. So I will click this point. Once I click it, AutoCAD asks me next question, offset. So I will type the at. Very important, you have to type the at, and 100, 100 space bar. Then you can see the rectangle first corner will be at 100, 100 from the corner. So I don't need any construction line. Okay, and now the size of the window. Of course, if you do the calculation before, it doesn't show up here. It just show up the gap and size of the door, etc. If you calculate the window here already, then you can just type it in. But because I didn't, instead I want to show you that I can do the calculation by using AutoCAD. So you can see the length of glass window will be in X horizontal will be 900, because half the door will be at 900, minus 100 at both sides, so minus 100 times 2, and then minus 20 in the middle. Okay, and the whole thing divided by 2. And for the Y, the height of the glass, you can see it is 2100, the total length, minus 100 on both sides, and also 20, the gap 20 times 4, there are 4 gaps. Okay, divide by 5 because there are 5 windows. Okay, so instead of doing this calculation already, I can use AutoCAD calculator and do it directly. The format will be first you type apostrophe cal, so it means this is a transparent command, a command inside another command. And then the format to type the coordinates is square bracket and then the at and the x and y. The whole thing will be here like this one. I'll show you now. So here I will type apostrophe cal spacebar, and then it asks me for the expression. Now I will type the square bracket at, and then parenthesis 900 minus 100 times will be asterisk 2 minus 20, okay, and close parenthesis divide by 2 and then comma for the y direction, and parenthesis 2100 minus 100 times 2 minus 20 times 4, okay, close parenthesis slash 5 and square bracket, okay. So this is the expression. Make sure you press enter inside expression. So enter, you see it draw directly with the correct size. Now I will do array. You see, to draw these glass, one way to draw it is to draw the line and offset, and then trim. Instead of doing that, I like draw a single one and rectangular array. Okay, so now I will do rectangular arrays. Go over here, rectangular array, L for the last object created, spacebar. Okay, I will specify there are 2 columns here and 5 rows. Okay, how about the distance? I'm going to use some calculator here. For that, I will first click on the spacing at the bottom here. Okay, and now it asks me for the distance horizontally. For the distance between columns, I will type apostrophe cal for calculator, enter. And for the expression, I will type in DEE plus 20. It means distance between 2 points plus 20. Okay, so DEE plus 20 and enter. Make sure you do enter. And now it is asking you the 2 points. So I will click the left corner and then the right corner, and then you see it will calculate for you the total distance. The same for the vertical. So apostrophe cal, enter, and then DEE plus 20, enter, and the lower corner and the upper corner for the distance between the 2 points. You see it draw it for me. Okay, so and spacebar to finish. So next we are going to draw the handle. Okay, so I will just zoom in, move it there. Let's see, just like that. You can see the handle is next to the third one here. Okay, and the distance will be, you can see from this, the base will be 50, and the distance from the middle line is 25. Okay, so I will zoom in. This is the third one, rectangle REC, and then I will use again object snap from. So Shift right mouse button from, and then I will reference this point here. I slide over here, touch it, and move it horizontally to get the tracking point. And this is the point I want now. So I will click, okay, and then I will type add. Make sure you type add. It is going in negative direction of x 25. So I will type minus 25, comma, the height will be 50, and spacebar to finish for the first point. Now for the second point, you can see you need to go further to the left. The width is 40 and height is 130. Okay, so minus 40 comma 130 spacebar. Okay, so I don't need to do construction line. Next we'll work on the, let's see, the handle in the middle here. I can see from the base it is 80, and so I will type, and you can see this is a circle. So this is an arc, yeah, this is an arc, but I will draw a circle and then trim it later. So circle C, and then spacebar, and touch it and move it up. Don't click on it, just touch and move it up. Position your mouse like that. Now you can input the number directly, 80, spacebar. You can see you draw directly at that point without doing any construction line again. Okay, and let's see, the radius of this will be 10 in the head of the handle, you can see here. Okay, now you can see it is 120 to the left. So 9, move it up to get this point, horizontal 120. Okay, and then move it down. You can get, let's see, you can get this construction line in the middle, and then just click it. Okay, and spacebar to finish. Now you can do a mirror, and then click this point, move it horizontally and click. Okay, and I will just join them so it looks better. So I type J, spacebar, select the 3 objects, spacebar to finish. Okay, and let's see, I will also need to trim this one. So first I will type X to expose the rectangular array of the window. Okay, X, select it, spacebar to finish, and I type TR for trim and spacebar twice, 1, 2, and then click upon in the middle, move it horizontally like that. Okay, spacebar to finish. Now let's do some fillet. So F, this is 2, you can see. So F, spacebar, R, spacebar for the radius, 2, spacebar, and then let's see, this is a polyline, because I joined it before, so I type P and then select the thing. You can see it join. Okay, the same here. So spacebar to repeat last command, fillet, and then for the radius of this will be 5, so R, spacebar, 5, spacebar, and P for the polyline option here. Okay, and select this one. So nice. The center of the keyhole is 30 from the base of the pad here. Okay, so I will type C for circle, touch it in the middle and move it up just like that. I will type 30, spacebar, and for the radius will be 6, spacebar. Okay, and then I will draw this 9 here. For that I will type L for 9, and then I will touch it, move it down. You can see it is 10 below, so I will type 10, spacebar. This point will be the middle point. I will move to the right and type 2, spacebar, and move it up and click and touch it. Okay, and I will type MI for mirror, select both, spacebar, click it and move it up. Okay, and spacebar to finish. Okay, and then I will type TR for trim, space bar twice, and then click. Okay, so it is done. Let's see. Next will be the other side of the double door and the side view. Okay, so I'll move it like that one. Okay, I zoom out, I type MI for mirror, spacebar, click upon here and the other point there to cover everything except the 9 rectangle outside. Okay, spacebar and click in the middle and move it down, click and spacebar to finish. Next, for the side view, rectangle REC spacebar. Because I want it to be same height, so I touch it, move it horizontally, might be here, so I will just click, or if you want it to be some distance, you can type in now, but I will just click it. Okay, and then for the second point, of course I can input, because I know the height and width, I can input 40, 2100. But in some case, maybe you don't know the height, but you want it to be a 9, but you know the width. In that case, you can do something like this now. I'm going to show you, which is, I will hold the Shift key, right mouse button, and select the point filter and select dot X. What it means is, the next point you click, AutoCAD will collect only the X component of the next point you are going to click. Okay, so I now type in, because the width is 40, so I'll type 40,0. For the next point, AutoCAD will only get the X component, so 40. Now it's asking for the height, you see here. So I will just click upon here. Okay, that's another way to do it. Of course, you much faster if you know the height, of course. This is just a technique you might want to use in some case. Next will be the detail in the middle and the handle. Okay, so I will type L for 9, and then I will touch it, move it horizontally, click from here to there. Okay, spacebar to finish, spacebar to repeat last command. Do the same here, click, click. Okay, and then I need to draw the 9 in the middle to represent the glass. So I will draw 9, that means spacebar again. I will touch the middle and move it horizontally to the left, and I will input 5, because the thickness is 10, so I input 5, will move to the 5. You start from the point which is a distance of 5 from the midpoint. Okay, I will click that point, and then I will do MI for mirror, select, spacebar, click the middle point, move it up, spacebar to finish. Okay, and then I want to change them to hidden 9. For that, I will select everything here, and then type the command change pop, CHPLP, and then the 9 type, I will type HIDDEN for hidden, and then enter. Okay, but I can't see the hidden 9 because you have to set up the 9 type scale to make it larger. If I put 1 to 50, I can put everything inside A3 size paper. LT scale, spacebar, 50 spacebar. Okay, so 1 to 50, it looks like that. Now I will copy the whole thing, spacebar. I will click this point as first reference point, and then I will click the array, and there are 5. Okay, 5 spacebar, and the next point will be this point. Okay, spacebar to finish. Next, I will draw the pad. I will use polyline, so PL spacebar, touch it and move it to the side. You get that point, so I will just click and move horizontally 5, and again touch it and move it back. You can see that's the point. Just click and click to finish. Okay, and then I will, let's see, the radius is 2, so F spacebar, R spacebar, 2 spacebar, polyline P spacebar, and select this line. Okay, next I will draw the handle, so L spacebar, I will touch this and then make sure I get that tracking point, and that's the point, so I click and move it to the right 50 spacebar. Okay, and then spacebar to finish, and then I will draw a 2-point circle. Okay, so I click this point, move it down 10 for the radius. Okay, and then I will draw 9, touch it, move it down, click, and then click spacebar to finish. Okay, let's see. Yeah, looks like everything good. So now I will do mirror, MI, select both, spacebar, click the middle point, move it up, and spacebar to finish. So that's the 2D drawing. AutoCAD 3D is easy so long as you know 2D. So make sure you have good 2D skill, then 3D will be easy. Okay, so next will be the 3D part. Let's see, this one can be closed, and before that I will create some layer and put them into different layer. Okay, so LA spacebar, and then click this button for new 2D, and then I will type comma so I can type 3D without clicking again. Okay, 2D 3D, and I will double click the 3D. Now 3D will be the default layer, and I will select all these and move it to the correct layer. Okay, move it all to the 2D layer. Okay, once you set up your layers, let's change our user interface to 3D interface. Without changing it, we can still draw 3D. It's just that the commands are not there. You have to type in. So I will instead click here, Workspace, and 3D Modeling. Now AutoCAD load up the 3D modeling environment, and then I will move it so that it's still like that. Okay, and then I will click on the isometric view. Okay, so and I will change it to conceptual. Okay, here you will do Presspull of the front view of the door to get the overall shape. Okay, so before we start, if I do Presspull now, you can see there will be a hole at the door handle. Okay, so instead I will zoom in and I will hide these by selecting them and right click, isolate, hide objects. So hide them first, but you have to fix it yourself. Just draw a line to keep it. Okay, and now I can do Presspull. So Presspull, click inside and move it up. The height is 40, thickness of it is 40. Okay, and now I zoom in, I use box command. I will click this corner and the opposite corner and move it up 10 for the thickness. Okay, and then I will click on the box, Control 1 to show up the property. From here, select 70 for the transparency. Okay, and I will change the color to any color like the green. Okay, and close it. Now I need to move the glass down in the middle. I will type move spacebar, select spacebar, midpoint of the glass, and then midpoint of the door frame. Okay, just like that. Next, I will do array. So rectangular array, L for the last object, spacebar, spacebar, and specify 2 column and 5 rows. Okay, and then for the distance, you again select the spacing, and then now you can click upon on the left corner here to the corresponding corner. Okay, and then corner here to the corresponding corner there. Okay, so that's the thing you want, and spacebar to finish. Good. Next, I will draw the handle. For that, the door now cover the 2D line, so I can't see it. So I am going to hide the door. First, I will show up the handle. So right click, isolate, and object isolation, so everything come back. And then I will just click on the glass and door frame, and right click, isolate, and hide object. Okay, and now I can work on the handle. I'm going to use the sweep command. Okay, so I need a path for that. I will use polyline, PL spacebar, click here, and then get the center and move it down. The height of it is, you see the height of handle is 50, so 50 spacebar to finish. Okay, and then I will do 3D rotate, okay, spacebar, and then click on the red axis and 90. Okay, and then I can move it from this endpoint to the center. Good. And I will do some fillet. The radius of this should be the same as the cross section, which is 10. Okay, so F spacebar, R spacebar, 10 spacebar, and then polyline, and then select. Okay, draw a circle in the middle for the sweep. Okay, and then I can do sweep. So it is here, sweep, select the circle, spacebar, select the 9. Okay, and because the thickness of the door is 40, so I need to move this up 40, thickness 5, so 45. Okay, so I will type move M spacebar, select spacebar. I will type 0, 0, 45, and then spacebar twice, 1, 2. Okay, and then let's see, we'll draw the path. So I will select these 9, and then right click, and then isolate and hide object, and I will type L for 9 and draw a 9 here. And then I will do Presspull, click here, move it up 5. Okay, spacebar to finish. And I have to move this up 40, so M spacebar, select spacebar, 0, 0, 40, spacebar twice. Okay, now I will unisolate the door. So right click, isolate, and object isolation to see it. Okay, and then I can do a mirror. Before that, I don't want to mirror the 2D line, so I will go to layer, and then I will just click, and then click this light bulb to turn off the 2D layer. Okay, and then I can do mirror now. So MI spacebar, select everything. Okay, spacebar, and click upon here, and then move it down along the y-axis. Click spacebar to finish. Okay. Next, I will rotate it up so that it is standing on the ground. To do that, 3D rotate, select everything, spacebar. Before I click the red circle to rotate, I will click upon here so that the base point now changes to here. Okay, and then I will click there and 90. You can see the door is standing on the ground, and the height you can check with the ID command. You can see the height is 0. And now I go to the top view. You can see I still need to draw the other side of the door handle. So I will type MI from viewer, select by window, spacebar, click upon in the middle. Yeah, click and move it horizontally. Click again, spacebar to finish. So this is all done. You can see it is real easy if you have the 2D. Okay, finally I will just change the background. So go to visual style and turn on the sun, keep exposure setting, and right click here, make sure perspective is selected, and let's see the sky background illumination, and then you can click here and render environment exposure and select, turn on the environment, select the, let's see, select the village. You can see the village. Okay, and now you can go back to the home ribbon, click the view, change the perspective from 50 to, for example, 25. Okay, so that's the 2D and 3D door. I hope you like it. Okay, see you next time. Bye bye.